In part 3 of this series, I propose that the souls in the fifth seal are the same souls on thrones in Revelation 20, verse 4. Together with Christ, they are the great white throne. This makes perfect sense when we consider that judgment is a result of their cry in the fifth seal. For they know that when his judgments are in the earth, the inhabitants of the world learn righteousness. Their cry for judgment is a cry for life. Here's the outline of the 6 seals. The first 4 are foundational, representing Christ coming to us as wisdom, understanding, counsel, and might, the first 4 spirits of the 7 spirits of God. For more about this, see my study on the 4 horsemen. The 5th is the cry for judgment from the souls under the altar, corresponding to the 5th Spirit of God, which is knowledge. Not knowledge about God, but knowing God. This is the central point of the New Covenant promise. And the 6th, this is the judgment that follows as a result of these cries, corresponding to the 6th Spirit of God, which is the fear of the Lord. As we learned in part 3, judgment begins when the number of their fellow servants in the 5th seal are killed, completing the number 144,000 in Revelation chapter 7. Food for thought, this number was fulfilled and continues to be. For God calls those things which do not exist as though they did. How can he do this? Because his word of prophecy cannot fail. Brother and sister, every soul who has lost their life for the sake of Christ is part of this number. The number 144,000 is not a literal number. It's 12 times 12 times 1,000, denoting a double witness of his divine government during the day of the Lord. This double witness consists of the 2 covenants, the letter and spirit of the law. Christ came under the old covenant to introduce the new, bringing both together as they should be. You cannot have the spirit of the law without the law itself. In Revelation 7:4, John states, "I heard the number of the sealed, 144,000, sealed from every tribe of the sons of Israel," going on to name each tribe. Immediately following, he sees a great multitude that no one could number from every nation, from all tribes and peoples and languages. Doesn't the first group consist of the Jews in Israel, while the second, the Gentiles or nations? That's what I'm getting from this. Otherwise, John would not have made this distinction. The first group satisfies what Jesus told the Samaritan woman, that salvation is from the Jews. Once salvation was established through Christ and his apostles, it was then delivered to the rest of the world, beginning with the house of Cornelius. So why is this important to understand? Because it removes the idea that this is some sort of future event. The first group is from every tribe of the sons of Israel, but the second from every nation. The first group is the Jews in Israel during the time of Christ, but the second is the whole world, including the Jews in Israel, after Acts chapter 10. So the ones coming out of the great tribulation refer to everyone who has been passing through the great white throne judgment since the days of Christ and the apostles. No wonder it can't be numbered. Furthermore, Peter declared long ago, it is time for judgment to begin at the household of God. And it did begin almost 2,000 years ago, continuing up to this present time. As stated before, I believe the souls in the 5th seal also typify the book of life in Revelation 20:12. Let's consider this. Are we beginning to commend ourselves again, or do we need, as some do, letters of recommendation to you or from you? You yourselves are our letter of recommendation, written on our hearts, be known and read by all. And you show that you are a letter from Christ, delivered by us, written not with ink, but with the Spirit of the living God, not on tablets of stone, but on tablets of human hearts. Such is the confidence that we have through Christ toward God. Here is one reason why I see the souls in the fifth seal as the book of life. For it is one thing to possess the letter of the law, but entirely another to be the spirit of it. As one friend said to me in times past, we might be the only Bible others ever read. 7 scrolls with 7 seals. And the seals, this brings us to the following. But God's firm foundation stands, bearing this seal. The Lord knows those who are his, and let everyone who names the name of the Lord depart from iniquity. The word seal, it's found 16 times in the King James New Testament. 16 is the number of love. In Romans 4:11, we read that Abraham received the sign of circumcision as a seal of the righteousness that he had by faith. So the seal of God is the righteousness of Christ. No wonder Paul states we must depart from iniquity. Iniquity meaning lawlessness, and lawlessness resulting from a lack of love, God and our neighbor. Now, let's go to the following. When he opened the 6th seal, I looked, and behold, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth, the full moon became like blood, and the stars of the sky fell to the earth as the fig tree sheds its winter fruit when shaken by a gale. In perfect agreement, the judgment follows the cry of the souls in the 5th seal, and in perfect agreement with the great multitude from every nation, when the 6th seal is opened, there is a great earthquake. By no means is this a literal earthquake, the spiritual reality described in the following. See that you do not refuse him who is speaking. For if they did not escape when they refused him who warned them on earth, much less will we escape if we reject him who warns from heaven. At that time, his voice shook the earth. But now he has promised, yet once more I will shake not only the earth, but also the heavens. This phrase, yet once more, indicates the removal of things that are shaken. That is, things that have been made, in order that the things that cannot be shaken may remain. Therefore, let us be grateful for receiving a kingdom that cannot be shaken. And thus, let us offer to God acceptable worship with reverence and awe, for our God is a consuming fire. Like the earthquake, the trumpets in Revelation are not literal, and both are seen in the preceding passages. For the trumpets are the voice or words of Christ, shaking both the earth and heavens, the seen and unseen realms. This is the reality, and this is the great earthquake of the 6th seal. Further confirmation is seen in the fact that the sun, moon, and stars are affected, this denoting the heavens, and every mountain and island, that denoting the earth. The great earthquake is great tribulation, not a future event, but a present reality that began in the 1st century. The trumpets apply to hearing, and the bowls to seeing. The great earthquake defines the judgment that began in the 1st century, even before the death of all the apostles. Revelation 6:17 calls it the great day of their wrath, wrath of the Father and Son. Did I say day? Yes. As in day of the Lord? Yes. But how can this be? Isn't this day yet to come? Tradition says so, but is this really the case? Do we not understand that, like the earthquake in the 6th seal, this day is not literal? Think about it. Is the shaking of the earth and heavens in Hebrews 12 something future? If so, how do we account for all the affliction and suffering that's transpired since the days of Christ and the apostles? Do we simply sweep this history under the rug in order to verify traditional opinions? Hasn't there been a great number of events over the past 2,000 years leading to where we are today? And this is not only true in the things of the Spirit, but also in the things of the flesh. Consider where we have come over the past 2,000 years. It is nothing short of incredible. I know I'm stretching traditional boundaries, but I hope you'll stay with me as I continue this series. Please feel free to like or comment or subscribe, and I thank you for being a part of Grain of Wheat Publishing.